Hey everybody, Adam from Not Chicken Games here, and I'm going to show you how to run a gentlemanly adventure on your Mac OSX system using VirtualBox. First, you want to download VirtualBox from the link shown just there, and you want to click the OSX hosts option. That'll start downloading VirtualBox to your system. I've already downloaded it here, so I'm not going to go through it right now and do the waiting, but the process remains the same. Next, you'll want to go to this address, ubuntu.com/download/desktop, and you'll want to download Ubuntu 18.10. That will download a rather large, about 2 gigabyte .iso file, which you will then use to install Ubuntu into the virtual desktop. As you can see, I'm downloading this on a Mac. This is a 2010 Mac Mini running High Sierra. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it can get the job done, and it can play the game through VirtualBox just fine. It just takes a while setting it up on this machine. So here's how you set up a VirtualBox. You'll go New, type in the name, and it should auto-detect that it's Linux and Ubuntu 64-bit. You can really name it whatever you want though. You want to set the memory size here to a decent amount. You need, I don't know, it depends on your system. You want at least 2 gigabytes. So here I'm setting it to what? 2600 meg, which is good enough, but if you've got more to spare, the more the better, really. If you've got plenty of RAM, then yeah, go higher. Just don't cap out your computer by itself. Just go the default options for creating a drive. You need at least 8.6 gigabytes of room for Ubuntu. So here I think I go up to about 20, something like that should do. And that's plenty of space to do whatever you want. You can install some other things on Ubuntu as well, because Linux is quite a good system. So go create, go next, then the VirtualBox is just about ready to go. We just have to go into settings, we go into storage, we click on the empty CD image, and then we go live CD, DVD, and we choose the ISO file. Yep, so choose the virtual optical disk file, and we will choose Ubuntu. So there, I have another Linux one there at the moment, which works too, but I'm just showing you guys how to do it on Ubuntu. Once that's done, you can just double click the machine or click the start button once it's selected. And this Mac Mini will slowly chug away at that as it starts to go. Alright, as you can see here, I have switched over into using my PC because it's a lot faster, but the install is exactly the same. So you choose install Ubuntu rather than test, you choose your language, you say normal installation, you use that other stuff, erase disk and install Ubuntu. Now this is only erasing the virtual disk that you've created. You're not losing anything off of your actual computer, so you don't have to worry about that. This installation will skip forward quite a bit, a few times, as I just blank out all of the installation times. So if you're using the video to actually follow along, just feel free to pause it until you've caught up. Steps are pretty straightforward. You put in your name, your computer name, username, password. The only thing that's really important to remember is your username and your password. Mostly your password. The computer will remember the username for you. The password you will need multiple times to install software. So pick something you remember. Even weak ones will do like that. And I choose login automatically because it saves time and it's your VirtualBox. So installation skip forward a lot there. Once it goes through, installation is complete. You need to restart your computer. Just like it says, click the restart now button and your computer will reboot. It can take a little bit for it to reboot. Here I've skipped through most of the reboot process again as well, and it boots back into Linux proper. You can use online accounts if you want. We're going to skip that. We're going to not bother sending any system info here. And I'm just going to say done here because we don't need all of that extra software. So the main things now is just like you do on your normal system, you'd install Steam and you'd put it on and start playing the game basically. So we're going to briefly show you how to do Steam here in case you've never done it before. I don't know, just to prove that it works. So yeah, we open up Steam, we download Steam. I guess there's a little bit of fiddling, so that's why there's the video. Mostly just, you'll see some terminal windows pop up and things like that that you might not be super used to. If you are, then feel free to just stop the video and only watch if you get stuck, honestly. It's pretty straightforward. So yeah, we download Steam, say save file, it's a deb file, which is sort of how Steam installs, sort of how Linux installs stuff. Once it's downloaded, we will double click it. Here we go. That loads up an install window. It says, hey, I'm Steam, we go install, just like you'd normally do, and it'll ask for that password you needed earlier. So you'll put that in, and you go authenticate, boom, and it installs. Alright, once it's done there, we can just close that window. And close the Firefox one as well. We'll remind later for these system updates, they're not important right now. We go into our applications, we search for Steam, click Steam Applications as those dots down in the bottom left in case you missed that. And now it'll ask to install these packages for Steam. You'll need to prompt your password again, and it will start thinking about it, and it will do a lot of stuff through that terminal window. We are gonna skip a lot of that. Yeah, just say yes when it asks, and it'll chug all the way through. Alright, once that's finished, you can either double click Steam or it will pop up itself. Either way, if you've done it, you can click Trust and Launch, otherwise just let it run through. It'll update, which takes a while there. It takes a while to extract and install the package. I've skipped through those parts so we don't have to wait. After another minute, it'll pop up with Unpacking Steam Runtime. Just let that run through. It's all just a bit of time. And this is the same installing it on any system. Steam pops up, log into your account. Since I'm guessing you've already created one, I'm not going to go through that with you. Put in your account name and your password. Once that's in, it should log in unless you've logged in another thing and Steam Guard comes up, in which case get your code and put your code in. I've skipped through there, it'll authenticate it, finish, and Steam should launch up. Then it's the simple matter of finding the game in your library. I'm assuming you've already purchased it, otherwise you can find it in the store and purchase it there. It'll show up in your library there as A Gentlemanly Adventure. You go play, install, and it'll start the installation process. Again, we're not going to watch me download all of that, so we're going to skip through to the end. Once it gets ready to go anyway. Yeah, so there's really nothing different about this part if you are familiar with Steam. I don't know why you're still watching. But for those of you who might not have used it before, there you go. Alright, so it's prepared to install now. We go finish, we can see it's downloading. Go up to the library and change to the download view to get a better look at it. And there we go. So skip forward now to it's ready to play. Simply click play and it will prompt you for your password one last time to install a file that's needed for gameplay. Type in your password, hit enter, then hit play again, and every other time you hit play it will just launch the game. And there you go. You can now play A Gentlemanly Adventure Linux version on your Mac device. Congratulations. Thank you.